Okay, joined by Shane Cunningham, the Kilmacud Crokes captain here at Parnell Park, ahead of Sunday's go-ahead Dublin Senior 1 football final against Na Fianna. 4:30 here on Sunday afternoon is the game. Shane, you're back again for another county final. You're getting used to this at this stage. How's preparation going for this weekend?
Yeah, it's going well. Obviously, we've had a tough few games against Thomas Davies and Coola, and the group stage as well. We had a tough few games, so preparation is going well. Training this week, we'll just be tapering down, so hopefully we'll all be 100% for Sunday.
How do you assess your campaign so far? It's gone pretty well for yourselves. You seem to be playing pretty well all campaign. How do you assess it so far?
Yeah, it's been going well. There was a few performances that we weren't happy with, and stages of games where we definitely needed to improve. And I think we'll definitely need to improve a lot more to overcome Na Fianna on Sunday. They're a very strong side, so we know we'll have to be at our very best to beat them.
Like I mentioned, it's your second county final in a row, but I guess it's different this year because you're the defending champions this year. So in a lot of ways you have a target on your back this year, which you didn't have last year. How has that been, that challenge of trying to go back to back and all the challenges I guess that brings to the team?
Yeah, well, like I said, I think the Dublin Championship is always an absolute minefield, no matter who you play against. You go into games and people expect you to overcome teams that they perceive you to be weaker teams and us to be superior, and it's always such a tough challenge. And again this year, although we're county champions, it's still extremely tough. The challenges we face on any given day are always very tough, and I'm sure it'll be the same again on Sunday. It's
a pretty young panel that you have. You had a young panel last year. I'm sure the experience of last year's final will help you. You've a young enough panel, but also plenty of experience in the panel as well. And we all know the names that are in the panel as well. So it's a nice blend that you have there. But I'm sure the experience of last year's final will help the guys this weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice mix. Like unfortunately now I'm kind of one of the older lads on the team, but definitely the younger lads as well coming on the team would have had the experience of last year. And they would have had experience playing maybe big games at Dublin Minor, Dublin 21s. But I think it's the same for Na Fianna as well. The strength and depth that both teams have. Lads definitely have experience playing in big games.
It's plenty of excitement in the club this week. A big 2 weeks for the club. Obviously the football final is this weekend, the hurling final the weekend after. Both Kilmacud Crokes and Na Fianna in both games. So it's a big couple of weeks for the club.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you said, we're in the final this Sunday and the hurlers are the following Sunday, and the ladies footballers won their county title for the first time in the history of the club as well. So there's definitely a great buzz around the club, and look, hopefully we can continue that on Sunday.
What can you expect from Na Fianna this weekend?
Like I said, Na Fianna, they're a very strong team. They've talent all over the pitch, and they've definitely very good players that are going to have to be looked after, and then defensively as well, that they've a good structure in place. So we're going to have to be at our best.
Yeah, and finally, you mentioned the kind of excitement around the club. I guess you're looking for a big support here at Parnell Park this weekend. I know the support last year played a big part in your success last year, so I'm sure you're hoping for the same thing. We saw the support for the ladies and for their final as well, so I'm sure you're looking for the same this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I spoke about it a lot last year. The support that we had a massive impact on us in games last year. You can remember a lot of our games last year were very, very tight, and we were down a lot of games, and definitely the support helped us overcome those moments. So hopefully we can get as many people out on Sunday as well.